Rachel Nabors, welcome to Future Frontend Finland. How was the conference for you?
I had such a great time, Jani. It was really nice to come visit Finland. I've been dreaming about this trip for many years, and now that the pandemic's over, I can finally come up and visit.
Amazing. It was really great to have you. And, you kind of like closed off the conference with your talk about, showing the new sort of CSS features that we no longer need JavaScript to build some of the things that we used to. Is that sort of like what keeps you going, gets you going these days, or what are you working on?
Well, I have been taking a little time off between roles. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of a rough job market out there. And I have an old saying that, because I was there during the first recession, I guess we're in a second or something, but one thing that if I could go back and do it over again, rather than just working my way through it, I think that it would have been better to I like to say you do two things. You either go back to school, that is to say, get more education. Right now there's so much to learn about AI and ML. It's more than just API endpoints. Like actually understanding the tools, I think, is going to set everyone up for being more employable, et cetera, when the market comes in a better cycle. And number two, build something like WordPress, Postgres, these wonderful open source foundations. A lot of them started during the first recession when great people were laid off from great companies and they went out and they got up to shenanigans. So the best thing you can do is learn something new and build something great people that you love. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been revisiting some of my older demos to make them relevant to this generation of engineers since I've been off in big tech for a bit and working on some pretty narrow things. And I'm also digging in and learning more about AI and ML. So I'm having some fun, and I am writing a book on how to survive your tech career. If anyone wants to visit my Substack, I'm writing it in public.
Nice, amazing. So, in your talk, you talked a lot about, different new CSS APIs, but is there one that you think is the most transformative in terms of like make things easier or more powerful or enables us to do things that we couldn't do before?
Honestly, I think the biggest API to hit is scroll and view timelines. I appreciate that the view transitions is really cool, but it's still only really supported in Chromium, and it's only supported, it has graceful fallbacks, but it'll be a while before it becomes standard across all browsers, whereas view and scroll timelines both have polyfills, and they're immediately usable, and they replace so many libraries for triggered events, scroll-based events, and the animations that go with them. And these are some of the biggest, most taxing calculations that the computer can do right now, so they really make sites lighter and more fun. So that is, I think, the thing that's going to make the biggest difference from just the subset of specifications that I was talking about. And the best thing about both of them is you can use them with CSS if you love CSS, or you can use them in the JavaScript if you want to build them directly into your libraries. It's take your pick. It'll work either way. Build the way you like to build.
Nice. So you've had a couple of days here with us in Finland. Were there any other talks, any other themes of the conference that you think will stay with you as you go home?
I really enjoyed the TC39 panel. It was so wonderful to get an insight to what the other standards body building the web forward is up to. As you may know, that the W3C tends to work on the HTML spec and the CSS spec, but JavaScript itself is built by the TC39. Well, JavaScript, pardon me, ECMAScript is built by the TC39. So it was great to hear how they're taking inspiration from some of the frameworks that we have in the front-end community, and they're running with building in things like signals. So that was a real treat for me because I rarely get to hang out with the TC39 crew. It was just wonderful to cross streams with them.
Nice. So, this is the Future Frontend. We are just wrapping up the edition of 2024. Hopefully we'll have you back for 2025. What do you think will sort of change in our world, in our industry, or what do you hope to see in our world in the next years that we'll be then talking about here next year?
Oh my goodness. I have so many hopes. Obviously, I am hoping for web animations, sequencing, and groups, but I think it'll be a while before they come. There are some more pressing matters that the W3C needs to attend to. In the meantime, I would really love to see some of the things that TC39 is working on hit mainstream. I feel like in the future, we might live in a place where anyone can build a framework using the actual building blocks of the web and build a solution custom to their needs. I don't know if you saw my demos, but they're not exactly something that you could make a case for being built with React or Svelte. I tend to find that those frameworks are built really well for forms and text, but watching these talks, I'm thinking, maybe a framework for images and events, maybe that's something someone like myself would be able to build in the near future.
Amazing. So, we've now wrapped up the conference. You still have the weekend to explore Finland. I think you said you're going to the sauna. Any other plans?
Oh, I'm also going to go visit a castle on an island. I'm looking forward to that. I got to be honest, I just want to hang out in the library and read at this point because I've heard so many good things about it, and I want to see the 3D printers.
Yeah, the makerspace is amazing. But let's go make stuff.
Indeed, yeah. 2024. Let's go make stuff.